so let's go to some exercise. Okay, so this is a very, very interesting study that from maybe about 10 years ago. They used to do the Nordic hamstring curl exercise as part of the research. Okay, and then back in the days, they didn't find any good result. But the recent years, all of a sudden, it's showing really good positive result. So that tells me that back in the days, a long time ago, some research was not really a good design of the study. So that's why it didn't show any positive effect. But now it's kind of promising that the recent years studies showing a lot of positive results. So this kind of exercise is actually very helpful to strengthening those hamstring muscles.
那我们接下来就讲到运动的部分。那其实针对北欧腿环举这个动作的研究上来说，其实从10年开始就陆陆续续有许多的研究去探讨说这个动作的效果，这个动作对于受伤的减低、受伤的预防的效果如何。那其实在过去最早期在做这个研究的时候，他看到的成效其实是没有那么好的，其实是觉得说他对于大腿后侧肌群受伤的预防其实是没有效果的。但是随着时代的演进，慢慢到了比较接近近期的时候，许多研究就指出说，它其实对于大腿后侧肌群的伤害的降低、伤害的发生的情形降低，其实是有非常好的效果。那这就可以让我们了解到说，其实最早期在做这研究的时候，也许其实是设计上的相对比较不足，在早期一开始针对它去做实验设计的时候，会比较不够严谨，不够有效，不够能够看到我们想要的效果，所以才会有那个情形发生。
Okay, so the exercise itself, again, that the movement quality has to be high in order to have the maximal effect. So, I think I mentioned this last week when we were talking about the ACL, but when people do this exercise, you have to go slow to do the eccentric loading, and then you can come up, with the help of the push from the ground to come up. But you have to go slow to put the tension on the hamstring.
那当然，我们就是刚刚有提到说，我们需要很强调动作品质这个部分嘛，毕竟我们要动作品质好，它的训练效果才会是最好的。那这个动作我们上个星期在讨论前十字韧带的时候，其实也有提过，我们在下去的时候需要是慢，透过这个慢的过程，离心的过程之后，给大腿后侧负荷多一点，因为离心的负荷会比较大，所以慢慢下去之后，你可以用手帮推地板，把自己撑起来这样子。但是透过这个过程中去训练到你的大腿后侧肌群，给它负荷，给它训练，强化它。
Okay. And I mentioned in the beginning that the hamstring injury can be captured from the hip, near the hip, or near the knee joint, right? And there's two different strategies from the exercise standpoint. Okay, one is more like a hip dominant movement, like a RDL. Okay, and then the knee dominant movement is like the Nordic curl.
那就如同我们一开始提到的，在结果上面提到说，受伤其实会发生在两个部分，第一个是比较接近骨盆的部分，第二个是比较接近膝盖的部分。那我们当然就会去思考说，其实有些运动是比较偏重屁股骨盆的臀肌的训练的，臀肌附近的训练，以及一个是偏重于膝盖的训练，像是臀肌的话，可能或者是说针对骨盆这附近的训练，像是罗马尼亚硬举。那如果像是针对靠近膝盖这个部分的强化，像是刚刚提到的北欧腿弯举这个部分，想要去做探讨。
So what's interesting about this kind of study is, okay, if you do a lot of hip dominant exercise, a lot of muscle activation come from the biceps femoris, the lateral hamstring. And then if you do more the knee dominant exercises, the stimulus goes to the medial hamstring, like the semitendinosus.
那我们比较有趣，其实在这些研究上发现比较有趣的部分是，这边我们可以上面这一条可以看到，比较针对髋关节的训练的部分，它的动作的部分上，其实会征召到比较多股二头肌的肌群。那如果像针对膝关节的，像是刚刚说的北欧腿关节的部分， 它其实会征召到比较多半腱半膜肌比较内侧的部分。
I mentioned probably last week as well using like a stability ball to do the exercise, right? So let's say for me, most of the time, like let's say the junior high school track and field sprinters, they might not have a very good access to the weight room. So using a stability ball like this to do hip dominant exercise, like a hip raise, okay, or more like a knee dominant exercise, like a leg curl on the ball, would be a really good exercise to do, even at home.
那这边就提到，就像我们上周有提到说，利用瑜伽球去做一个训练，因为在我们一些青少年学校青少年运动员啊，他可能相对来说会能用的器材没有那么多，能进到重训室的机会没有那么多的时候，我们可以比较简单的用一个瑜伽球，它可以几乎在各个地方，它也相对比较好取得，我们就可以去做训练上。那像第一个我们可以针对的就是髋主导的运动，像是我们说抬臀啊，说抬屁股这个运动上去做髋主导的训练，或是说我们说膝关节去主导的运动上，像是在球上面去做一个弯，把球带进来这个部分，去强化这个膝主导的肌群的部分。
So I mentioned about the movement quality of the exercise is very important. So for example, some people have seen doing this with a single leg exercise, and then the body cannot stabilize. Okay, so again, you have to do this well with both legs first, and then make sure that the pelvic is stabilized. Okay, and then the leg can be consistent in the movement. Okay, once you can achieve that, then you can try the single leg. Of course, the single leg is more difficult, more strenuous. Okay. But that doesn't mean that it's a good one unless you can do this very well.
那当然，我们一开始我们有提到说动作品质这个部分，我们需要动作品质好，再去做动作，其实才会比较达到训练效果，以及比较不容易受伤。那首先，我们当然有些人看到在像是右下角这张图，当然有些会喜欢想要去做单腿的动作，但你要做单腿之前，你要先确定好你的双腿能做得很好，双腿的时候稳定度能做得很好，你的骨盆能很稳定的去做到这件事，能真正诱发到你要诱发的肌肉，才去慢慢强化到下一个阶段，也就是单腿的部分才去做训练。所以动作品质的部分，我们需要非常的要求做到非常好，才有办法增加难度，不要太急的增加难度，造成其他不必要的伤害。